that mask was going.
Brian, is that one where you would say the first U1 would come down on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of him going back to U1?
Well, there was nobody on base.
Well, I mean, if
But should there have been someone on base? Absolutely. On third base. So this is another one of those rotation plays where you don't have too much aggressiveness by that runner going into second base. And so rather than going down below first base, past the base, I would much rather see you just hold your ground out the bag and allow R1's movement towards third base to take you to the plate. And think about it this way. The real difference on the plays where R1 is going to round hard and go toward third base versus he's approaching second and starting to slow down. I mean, think about the mechanics of it. If he's just going station to station, he's going to slow down into second base. And then, should something happen that develops that now he's going to go to third, he's got to fire it all back up and start going to third. That gives you the time to react to it. Okay? So in that circumstance, it's okay to be at first base, and when he makes the move to third, then starting to move with him, mirroring him down towards the plate, versus a guy that's rounding second base with the intention of going to third. In those cases, that's when we've got to give ourselves a bit of a head start and start moving down there.
Hey, nice, nice. Nice, Will. Nice, Will.
So, he's not here today. It's hard to see on this video just with the perspective, but it looks to me like he's moving toward the third baseline and not across, which across would be certainly wrong. We wouldn't want to do that on a ball to the first baseman. Even so, and so a step or two toward the third baseline would be okay. I think this was a little bit too aggressive in that direction. And now, without seeing how the play developed at first base, maybe the first baseman charged in significantly and he felt like he needed to give him a clear throwing lane. So if that happened, fine. However, if the first baseman made this play in the baseline, then I would say he was just a little bit too aggressive going forward, because it's going to take away your perspective on where the likely pulled foot is going to be, which is going to be either in this direction or in this direction, because it's going to be on a throw that's offline. And so the closer we can stay to that baseline, the better, so we have a perspective on where he pulls his foot. And then also, like we talked about yesterday, we want to see his pathway into the base. We want to see that runner's pathway into the base. And again, the best place to do that would be closer to the baseline. So I'd say a step up, turn, face the ball would be fine, and eliminate those other 2 or 3 steps that he took moving forward. Obviously, this shot right here shows us the umpire came off of that play. You should never see the play at first base when you're calling the front end of the double play. You should never see that. Stay with the play, slow your timing down. I'm not going to give you something artificial to say this is when you should call the out, but you should take your time. There's a lot of stuff to judge on this play. Did the fielder maintain contact with the base? Did he have firm and secure possession and voluntary release of the ball? Was there a legal slide? So there's a lot of information to process in this play, and I'd much rather have a guy slow himself down, see everything he needs to see. Okay, he's on the base, he had the ball, he opened his glove, that's a catch, legal slide, he's out. And that would usually happen around the time that the ball is caught by the first baseman and there's an out being called over there. So like I said, I don't like giving you an artificial measure for making a call, but if you're making your out call around the same time that the call is being made at first base, that's a pretty good indication that you've processed all the information you need to process.